as I kick things off, I just want to say I had a ton of fun making this video, and shout out to my good friend Dan for the inspiration. So I appreciate you all tuning into this one because this took me a while to make. Because I had my first, I feel like I'm out of the current trends feeling moment this past Monday night with the whole Justin Fields situation, and I'm only 26 years old. So on Monday night, Bears Twitter exploded when they found out quarterback Justin Fields did not follow the Chicago Bears Instagram account. First of all, what has society come to? It's an IG follow. And it all just added fuel to the fire to the current war within Bears Nation. Should Justin Fields be traded? Should we go after Caleb Williams, or should we stick with Fields in 2024? And here's the best part about the entire thing, which is why I'm calling it the Battle of the IG. We have zero clue if Fields even followed the Chicago Bears Instagram account at any time. This shows how much in shambles we are and why we need answers about the future of this team. But also I look at it as positive. It shows the passion behind the Bears fan base, which is what I love. But whatever you want to call it, this quarterback one situation is crazy. Ryan Poles is sitting back right now knowing he is holding the biggest secret ever in the Chicagoland area right now, or Bears Nation as a whole, because he's going to keep that quiet because the message is loud and clear. And if you're obsessed with who you follow, who you like, anything like that on social media, Justin Fields still does follow the Chicago Bears Twitter account. We know that for sure, where he is more active. And his cover photo is still him when he was drafted in his official press conference at Hallis Hall. His, profile picture is of him at Soldier Field. And again, he still follows the Bears on not on IG, on Twitter. Okay, so just so everyone knows, people will check your Instagram, your X, your Twitter, your MySpace, whatever you want to call it, to see who you follow and who you're friends with or not, and make that determination just like that. I hope you know that. I just this is hilarious. It's gotten ridiculous. And because of that, now I want to break down why, in my opinion, why the Chicago Bears are going to stick with Justin Fields in 2024. Now that we got the social media shenanigans out of the way, hello everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, thank you for tuning into this show. I hope you're all having a great week so far, and if you are, write in the comments why, because I feel like not a lot of people hear enough good news about each other. So just throw that out there if you feel comfortable sharing. Love hearing from you guys and always responding to you. It helps me just get to know you guys a little bit better, and also, good news is good news. But today's show is why you shouldn't overlook anything, especially good news. And also, I'm going to break down everything Justin Fields has dealt with so far in the NFL and why I think he needs to be with the Chicago Bears and how impressive everything has been. It might just give some folks a different outlook on him. And before I begin today's show, if you want Justin Fields to be the quarterback one of the Chicago Bears next season, and if you think this is just a bunch of overthought nonsense by social media, make sure to hit the like button on this video so I know I'm not crazy, and let's see your guys' support, along with commenting where you stand on the Caleb Williams versus Justin Fields quarterback one situation. And if you're just here to enjoy Bears content, put a bear down in the comment section below. So let's get into today's topic on why the Chicago Bears should keep Justin Fields. And if you're on the pro Justin Fields train right now, make sure to send this to someone that might not be. You can share it with your friends, your family, other Bears fans in the nation. Just put it out there for them, just so they hear it, just so they have an idea. It's in their ear and it might change some people's minds. So let's go all the way back to the beginning. 2021, when the Chicago Bears drafted Justin Fields out of Ohio State coming into the year, where his first play caller and head coach was Matt Nagy, already not off to the best start. During his rookie season, he sat behind Andy Dalton for the first couple of games. In my personal opinion, pretty cool. I mean, Andy Dalton threw for over 35,000 yards when he came into the Chicago Bears. It was the right move as well, in my opinion. Letting a young quarterback learn from a guy who's been in the league for a while, has had success in the league. And yes, a lot of people weren't a total fan of it, but it was for the mentorship type move. Fields did play in his first game. He actually scored on a rushing touchdown against the LA Rams. And when Dalton wasn't working anymore, where this thing kind of started to go wrong and put Fields out for the Wolves, is Nagy's seat was hot, and he knew that. He knew that if he put Fields out there, some fans would buy back into the Nagy nonsense. And there goes rookie Justin Fields onto the field, where things were not off to the best start. You had Matt Nagy calling plays, the worst offensive line in football. There was no culture, and you did have a Pro Bowl wide receiver in Allen Robinson, but he didn't even want to be on the team. Sure, a strong connection with tight end Cole Kmet and Darnell Mooney, but extremely inexperienced at the times. They were in their second seasons, and just overall was just a big head scratch in my opinion. And his stats showed for it: 12 games, 10 starts, 2-8 record, 59% completion percentage, a little less than 1,900 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 83 first downs. Not bad. I honestly was shocked by that. But sacked 36 times. Not an ideal rookie season when it comes to gaining confidence, but again, nothing was in Justin Fields' favor. Let's go to the second year, where Fields is now the official starter of the Chicago Bears. He has a new head coach in Matt Eberflus. He has a new GM in Ryan Poles. He has a new offensive coordinator in Luke Getsy, and a new team president in Kevin Warren. So in his second season, he's already had his second head coach. He's had his second general manager. He's had his second president, and his second playbook in the NFL completely different than his first. And on top of that, it was an absolute rebuild when he was the starting quarterback. Bears traded away Khalil Mack. They let go of Akeem Hicks, Danny Trevathan, just guys that have held this team around for a long time and were the great 2018 guys. And then on top of it, in the middle of the season, they traded away linebacker Roquan Smith, who was the leader of the team at the time, which then Fields took over that status. And then they also let go or traded away Robert Quinn, which was a win for the Bears at the time, but still a leader in the locker room. Literally, the entire defense was gone. He had no help there at the time. A lot of young developing guys, rookies everywhere. So no help on that side of the ball, and Fields had to do everything himself. His wide receiver room on top of it was Darnell Mooney, Dante Pettis, Equanimeous St. Brown, and Velus Jones Jr. I don't think any great quarterback ever had a room that bad. And I'm not saying they're bad, just not great. And a play caller who worked to his preference versus his quarterback's strengths and weaknesses. Big ick. What? Just not good for Justin Fields. He did what he could in those games. 15 starts, 15 games, 3-12 record, but everything went up. 61% completion percentage, over 2,200 passing yards, 17 passing touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 91 first downs, and sacked 55 times. Again, the worst offensive line in football. And he escaped probably 20 more sacks, just putting that out there. His rushing attempt, though, 160 attempts for over 1,100 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns, 65 first downs just with his legs, and a 7.1 yard per carry average. He knew he had to do it himself because he didn't really have anything to work with. He knew he had to go against Luke Getsy, and pretty much it was just as magical as you remember. And also, he broke a ton of records, which was super cool to watch. I mean, anything bad from that season? Yes, we got the #1 pick, but Justin Fields showed a lot of promise. He actually finished top 10 in MVP voting as well that year. But even after all that, confidence sky low, bottom of the barrel. 5-20 through his first 25 career starts. I mean, tell me anyone that would handle that well. Nothing worked. New coaching in his first 2 seasons. And also the weight of Chicago, one of the biggest cities in the world and one of the biggest cities in the United States, having that pressure on him. He had zero mentorship besides Andy Dalton his rookie year, which in my opinion was the best they could have got because it was either him or Fitzmagic, which Fitz was already signed before we signed Andy Dalton. So it just wasn't in the Bears' favor. Let's go to this past year and how it all worked. Bears improved big time over the offseason. They went out and got DJ Moore for Justin Fields in that #1 haul with Carolina, which, man, if we could do that again. Wow, wouldn't that be great? We signed Nate Davis to help out the offensive line. We drafted Darnell Wright to protect Justin Fields. We drafted Rashawn Johnson to get more blockers in the backfield and his running back of the future. We drafted Tyler Scott to help spread out the offense even more. And on top of it, we signed Cole Kmet to an extension, a target that Fields worked out well with, showing that they're investing in this team and giving a better message. And also just an overall defense improved as a whole. Tons of picks, signings, you name it. Defense was top 5 last year at the end of the season. And in theory, his second year with Getsy should have been great, right? Well, the bar the year before was set literally 500 feet into the ground. There was only up from there. And yes, it was up, but it still wasn't in Fields' favor. He played in 13 games, started 13 games due to a thumb injury with a 5-8 record, but he was 4-2 in his last 6 games with full health, along with the whole defense being healthy and having some receivers. And on top of it, his stats in less games were better than any he's ever had. 61.5% completion percentage, over 2,500 passing yards, 16 passing touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 121 first downs, sacked 44 times. Still one of the worst offensive lines in football. less games than the year before, and better stats in every single category. On top of it, his rushing, 124 attempts, 657 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, 43 rushing first downs, and a 5.3 yard per carry average. He wanted to be more of a pocket passer because of Luke Getsy. He is a player's coach. There's no doubt about that. He respects his coaches with the highest degree, and that's what he does. But Fields' legs are just so valuable in this in this league. He's just unstoppable. He's lethal when on the ground. And he's still got things going with it. I mean, still better rushing stats than almost every quarterback in the NFL. And, look at his record in the final 6 games, all against teams that were potentially going to the playoffs, and he won those games. Fields this year also became a leader, speaking out when he made his mistakes, being there in clutch moments. Again, a 4-2 record, pushing into the playoffs in the last 6 games. By the way, again, every team almost was in the playoff race during that time. And during that 6-game span, 1,200 passing yards and almost an 80 QBR, 4 passing touchdowns and 3 interceptions, 3 touchdowns using his legs. He was sacked 18 times during that time as well. He did whatever he had to do to win those games. He had a banged up DJ Moore, a banged up Cole Kmet. Nate Davis was out. You're on your 3rd string center at one point, and countless drops by his receivers. Bears easily could have been 6-0 in their last 6 games. And if you watch the games like me, you would have to agree. So why keep him? Talking again about that leadership that came into play, he did so much against all the odds. Learning how to win, learning to be a leader. But also on top of it, you are bringing in the best offensive mind Chicago has had in over a decade in Shane Waldron and company to help amplify this offense, who is known for unlocking veterans working to their strengths like he did with Geno Smith in Seattle. On top of it, the Bears are going to bring in more weapons this upcoming offseason, whether that be Rome Odunze, Marvin Harrison Jr., Brendan Wright, a lot of different players that are going to be in the draft that will be able to help. He's also still on a friendly contract. He still has next year, the final year of his rookie contract, with an option that isn't worth league value, so he's still cap friendly for the next 2 seasons. And this team believes in him. Ryan Poles has come out and said he believes in him. Kevin Warren has come out and said he believes in him. Matt Eberflus has come out and said he believes in him. Everyone on this team, you look at player interviews, you look at other interactions, this team is behind Justin Fields. You do that, you lose team culture, and things will go downhill very quickly, unfortunately. He is going to be special, you guys. I'm telling you. I am pounding the table for it. I believe in Justin Fields. You guys can see the passion behind this video because I had a ton of fun making it for you guys. And if you had a good time watching this, if you also agree with a lot of my points and you just want to put some comments in the comments below, please do that. Also, please like this video, share with somebody. And if you're new to the channel and haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But thank you, as always, for tuning into this episode of Just Another Year Chicago, guys. Greatly appreciated. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, bear down, baby.